Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Johnny Clockwork here, and I just had a quick message. Now, this is for all of the, let's call them suburban Americans. Now, because obviously, people get offended if I just say white people. So, suburban Americans. I guess you all feel like you're doing your good deed for the day, really making a difference by coming to black neighborhoods and helping out. But let me just hit you with some reality about the whole thing. No, this is the truth about white people coming into black neighborhoods to do community service. Don't do it, because what you're doing is not actually making a difference for the most part. Now, I'm only speaking from personal experience. I personally never really seen anything truly beneficial about white people coming and doing community service in black neighborhoods, because yeah, you could pick up some trash and so on and so forth, but you're still not doing anything to break the cycle of poverty, drug addiction, prostitution, all of which does exist in the white community. Don't get that wrong. Trust me, white people have that same problem too. But don't think that you're helping out black people, in some sort of, you know, social Darwinist sense of duty by picking up trash or planting a couple of trees, because you're not changing these people's lives. You're not you're not taking them out of poverty. You're not curing the ills of American society. You're not taking away racism, because at the end of the day, this is still what it looks like. Abandoned buildings, torn up streets and sidewalks. Like in my neighborhood, this no this is what it looks like. But see, this up here, all of these paintings and murals. Now, while a lot of them are very well done, I will give credit to the nice young suburban Americans who, came and did these. Actually, that one right there with the eagle and the mountains, that's actually really good. And I like the St. Louis flag. Now, this is all perfectly nice, but look what else is around here. So, no, you can slap some paint on here, make these nice, pretty murals, but you still have crumbling, abandoned buildings. You still have all these overgrown weeds and leaves, trash everywhere. Like I said, abandoned housing. Now, that used to be a Sears Woolworths decades ago, but now it's just an abandoned building and stray dogs live in there. If you can actually hear the barking, that's where it's coming from. But at the end of the day, this is all you're really leaving us with. It's just some pretty artwork. But that doesn't change the rest of this. No, that doesn't help people out, because we have some pretty artwork. We have a garden that you guys help plant, but then it's really only people in the neighborhood that actually come on a regular basis and tend to it. And maybe, a few suburban Americans will come and, help out once a week on a Saturday. But at the same time, that doesn't erase the fact that there used to be a house right there. And once the owners moved out, no, the house wasn't maintained, it wasn't restored. If you guys really want to help out, you should have come and built a house right there, instead of letting the house that existed fall into disrepair, be torn down, and it just becomes a garden. Or right here, behind this gate, that also used to be a house, fell into disrepair, gets torn down. Now there's an empty lot right there. This house, well, actually, an alcoholic jerk who harasses people still lives there, but see the state that it's in. Another house in this empty space burned down after being open and abandoned for people to break in and whatnot. Another house left open and abandoned for people to break in. Now it's boarded up and fallen into disrepair. Somebody actually bought this house, but it sat abandoned for a while. Of course, I mean, now this is my house, but we won't worry about that. Well, it's my mother's house, actually, but anyway. But another house burned out, fallen apart, and abandoned, roof gone. Next to it, that space, there used to be a house right there, too. Another space next to this house, used to be a house there. Past those two houses, there used to be two or three more houses. They ended up being abandoned and run down. The point that I'm trying to make is that you can come and paint some murals and plant some trees and feel good about yourselves at the end of the day, but we don't want it. We don't need it because it's not making a difference. All it does is help you sleep at night. All it does is help you feel all good and warm inside, like you're making a difference, like you're no, you're one of the good white people. You care about minorities and you want to go to the inner city and help them out because you're a good and caring person. No, you're just getting some cheap karma at our expense. If you really want to help out, come and build some houses. Come get people some jobs. You know, find the people that are on drugs and help them get clean. Help feed some single mothers. Help some people pay their utilities. Help get the homeless off the streets, or at least help feed and clothe them. But preferably help them find jobs so that they can no longer be homeless. Don't come to our neighborhoods putting up murals, planting trees, and just picking up trash. Because honestly, those are things that we can do in our own neighborhoods. So if you're gonna help in a way that makes a difference. You know, help by starting a campaign to hold police more responsible so that they don't harass innocent black people and other minorities. You know, if you're into politics yourself and you care so much about black people, then, have a campaign, get elected into office, and make some real changes. Stop the eminent domain. No, stop having black people forced out of their homes so that the city can buy the land because that's what they're doing to all of this. It's a well-known fact that this stretch of Martin Luther King, well, Martin Luther King is the next street up, that they want to make a park out of this. So all of these houses, the ones that are abandoned, that are still standing, will be torn down. The ones that are occupied, the residents will be forced out and they will be torn down. And this whole block will be stripped away and turned into a park. And all the blacks will be forced out. And then all the suburban Americans will eventually move in. And even if that plan doesn't go through, it's still going to be this, more of this. It's still going to be a neighborhood that honestly looks like some DLC from Fallout 4. I know that's a joke, but I'm just making a joke out of a serious matter. This is serious. This is a serious issue, and it needs to be addressed properly. This doesn't need to be, your good deed for the day. We're not here to make you sleep better at night. That's it. Get some better ideas. But if you want to paint murals, paint them in your own side of town. But thanks for the art. I do like art. So we appreciate it for that. So this is Johnny Clockwork delivering your red pill for the day. Wake up. Get out of the matrix. It's all an illusion.